TCC Extreme Challenge. This time it is going to be for Mahina's Lost Chapter, Keeper of Fear. So for this one, for the Extreme, surprisingly, other than the Synergy, there's actually no banned units. But the special requirement is that this is not a drill. Spin to win. Everyone in your team must spin around in one or more of their attacks or skills. Explain your choices in the description. Now on their actual website, decidiainfo.com, and as well as on their Twitter, they did add that even if the actual character doesn't spin around, as long as their weapons spin around, that is also acceptable for this particular challenge. And per the usual TCC Extremes, no friend support and Chocobo or Mog summon. Now here's a list of who's done it so far. Now seemingly this seems like a easy challenge, and it definitely is easier than some of the last ones have been, because there are a lot of characters that spin around. But Wave 2 is very tanky. You need a lot of AoE damage. If you try and go in with just single target units, you're not going to be able to meet the turn requirement. For example, I went in with Galuf, Pinello, and Ulti. Galuf and Pinello being single target, Ulti only being AoE on her LD EX, even though the EX is split, not splash damage. And then skill 2 with their skill 1 being only single target, and then also with this being a relatively longer fight. To keep her rotation up, you have to EX, skill, and then HP plus if you want to keep her rotation up to make her last the entire fight. And her HP plus obviously only being single target doesn't really help. So I was able to do it with that team, but not in 100 turns. It took me like 104, I think. May have been able to get it down a little bit if I timed certain things a little better, like if I made sure that Ulti's EX was ready and she hogged the entire summon and just spammed her skill 2. But essentially you need at least some sort of AoE damage, otherwise you're not going to meet the turn requirement, which you can look at the list and see who's done it so far. Arciela, Ulti, Alphanot all have AoE damage. Cater and Aranea AoE damage. Snell's got AoE in his EX. Aranea, obviously AoE damage. Kefka, pretty much every team on here has at least 2 people who do some sort of AoE damage. There's no teams on here that heavily single target. So we are going to be going in with Ultimecia, Arciela, and Galuf, because nobody's used Galuf yet. And like I said, when I tried with Galuf and Pinello, it just wasn't enough damage. So we switched out Pinello for Arciela. We still got battery, heal, and she does more damage than Pinello, for AoE. Galuf's fine, he's not really there for the damage, he's there to protect everyone. But nobody had used Galuf yet, so I wanted to go ahead and get his name put up on the list. So wave 1, these guys aren't too bad. I mean, pretty much once Galuf gets the aggro, you don't really have much to worry about. I'm pretty much gonna keep ultis, simple rotation. I will start off with 1 LD, just so she instantly has her stacks. So then when she does her first attacks, they will be the better version. And she does have the additional effect of her LD buff. Go ahead and cover Ulti, since she's being targeted by both. Galuf won't counter yet because I've only used his skill 2 one time. But I'm going to try and not use a ton of skills in this wave, mainly relying on Arciela's HP plus to battery the team. That way I can pretty much spam skills the next wave if I need to. Which you still can't spam skills, at least not with Ulti. If you get into her usual rotation, you will run out before wave 2 ends. Perfect. Now he's got the counter up. So now Galuf is going to counter anything that is physical. See, Galuf doesn't counter magic, but he still has a very high evade. So he can get hit with magic. But in regards to physical is the only type of attacks that he actually counters. But Galuf, you can pretty much take him anywhere, because he's still going to jump in front and protect your party, with the exception of all attacks. Obviously, he can't help you on that one. And Ulti's already got the cover, so I don't need to cover Arciela with it. Go ahead and take advantage of the EX. Just going to keep Ulti's rotation that makes her last the longest, which is EX, free skill, then use a skill that costs you, and then HP plus until the EX is ready again. So if you do it that way, your EX will always be ready before her buff runs out. And I'll go ahead and cover Arciela even though she's not being targeted yet. And we'll go ahead and save that for launch. Go ahead and use it now since Galuf would do good damage and Arciela has a little bit of Brave built up, enough for it to be worth the launch. Arciela's got a little bit of splash on her HP plus after she uses her skill too. Not a ton, but it does help. We'll go ahead and get her back in her Ascension stance because she batteries the party with her HP plus, which is always good. Battery the party, do damage all in one shot.
Turn around, I feel the breeze over me. You watch your dreams unfold. Let it come around and let it breathe over me. It's time to go away into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to help me
So guys, whenever they do their Humbaba breath, it always reminds me of the American Dad episode, the Christmas one, where Santa's trying to get those like magic stones to bring back that like ancient giant stone god. I forget the name, but Roger doesn't remember what his name is, and his name is, I can't even remember what his name is. I'll have to look it up after and maybe put it in the description or something. But they're on a train and they're trying to get away from him, but the train's going in the wrong direction. And so the train's going in reverse. It's heading back towards this giant statue creature. And Roger's just like, "You're going the wrong way. You're heading straight back to Humbaba ba 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 ba." So anytime I see Humbaba breath, that's always the thing that pops in my head, is that particular episode of American Dad. We don't want to waste his EX when the boss is just about to be dead. So I think I was about at wave 2 right around turn 30 when I used the team with Pinello. But I'm going to be a little more sparing with Arciela's skills to get her EX charged up faster. So overall, she's going to do more damage than Pinello did. I'll also go ahead and get some debuffs on them. Arciela is still being covered, so we'll go ahead and use the EX. So Arciela's EX should be ready next turn. If I can pop that, it'll Brave Fill. She won't have to worry about getting broke, and then on Galuf's next turn, we can cover everyone. So as of the time I'm recording this, it is Sunday for those of us in the US. That means that Noctis, Odin, FEOD 15 all come out tonight. I know a lot of people are excited about that. She can go ahead and take a break, it's fine. One's not going to hurt me. But so my plan is to hopefully get Noctis' LD with tickets, because really none of the other people on either of the banners I really want. None of them are really that good anymore, except maybe Paladin Cecil, but goal is to get Noctis' LD with tickets, and then go for the Bosch banner for his BT, and then Bosch's LD as well, obviously, and probably just go right to Diamonds, just to not chance it, and then I'll probably end up using tickets on the 9 banner. Because of the 2 between 9 and Bosch, I think I'd rather have Bosch. Although I would like both because they both are good. They're both tanks. Plus 9 uses a trident, which is just cool. Yeah, with Galuf, it's really nothing you need to worry about. Because, I mean, there really aren't a lot of AoE attacks. There really aren't too many HP attacks. You know, and the only HP attacks you're left to worry about are the all attacks. Because if they're single target, Galuf's going to jump in front. And it's very, very likely he's going to dodge it. And even if he doesn't, he's got Last Stand. And he heals, and Arciela heals. So the only thing with Galuf is you're just lacking in damage. Like, that's why I had to switch out Penela for Arciela. Penela is heavily single target. And these bosses are tanky, so you do need some AoE damage. Back everybody up, just so we don't take any breaks. And as far as the spin requirement, just to clarify, so Galuf spins with his EX, Ultimecia spins with her LD, and she also does spin her weapons when she throws them, but then Arciela, spins with her skills, does like a little aerial twirl. I'm gonna go ahead and save this launch. He's got 5 turns left on the physical evasion. And we'll go ahead and pop another cover. Nice attack. It'd be a shame if someone countered it. Ulti will be fine.
Only time will heal. Too late to erase the bad we've done. I wanna forget you. Let me forget you. Push and pull, but you repel me, giving up this fight.
I'm burning through all of her skill ones first because, you know, the usual chaos, their defense gets higher as their health bar gets lower. So I'm saving the more potent attacks for when their defense is going to be higher.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. We're searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain.
Oh, to be fine, it's alright. So Ulti uses so many turns, you have to go through a lot of Galuf's cover to counter, or not the counter, but to cover just her. It's like in this case, there's really no point in me covering at this exact moment, because B's going for Galuf, he's fine. A's going for Arciela, she's still covered. I'll go ahead and use one of her C65s now. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. It'd be nice once Galuf gets his character board. Does more damage. His counters aren't bad, but they obviously don't compare to like Cater or Shadow.
of places I should leave, so close to the edge of something so perfect. We were too scared to take the leap, missing the way we used to be. Let me go, left me in this mess I'm falling. Never know, can't find a reason why. Can't get any closer.
It's fine. Yeah, everybody's gonna be fine.
Can't get any closer. Can you get any closer? Can you get any closer? Try to forget all that we had. I'm rolling like water in the sea. The memories crashing into me. So close to the edge of something so worthy. You have the world right at your feet. It almost is all we'll ever be.
And my recording may cut off here in just a minute because I think around 25 minutes is normally when it cuts off. And then I'll just have to start a second recording and patch the two together.
Let me go, left me in this mess I'm falling. Never know, can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer.
I actually don't want the recording to cut off right in the middle of doing an action, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right now and then start a new one and just put the two together. Okay, so that's done now. Fresh recording starting. And the slide will definitely be over before this recording gets full anyways. It's around like 25 to 30 minutes, something like that. Normally it says I've reached the maximum file size and cuts it off automatically. Yes, it's definitely not going to be the fastest run for this particular stage. People have done it much faster, but I knew that going in. I knew with Galuf being heavy single target and Navi being a super great DPS, I mean, I already knew that this is going to be closer to the 100 turns. But I just wanted to use Galuf because nobody's used him yet. so I don't forget to use it. And I'll use his too so I don't forget. I think from this point I am going to just spam Ulti skills and get into her regular rotation. Because we're going to try and do it without even using the summon. We'll save that launch for whenever A comes out of break. Yeah, should have gone a little harder with the skills, if I still have them left. So I definitely could have done it faster. Didn't even need to use the summon. Yeah, everybody still had skills left on that one. And there you go, another TCC Extreme Challenge complete. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.